Hi all you healthy humans, welcome to New Leaf Table TV. I'm your host, Chef E. Today we're making chicken tikka masala. It's a popular Indian dish where the chicken is simmered in an aromatic tomato-based sauce and it has warm, deep, rich spices. We are going to pair it with perfectly roasted cauliflower and it'll be a comfort food kind of night. So for our ingredients, we have a diced onion, jalapeno for some heat. You can also use a serrano pepper, 1 lemon, some chicken thighs. You could also use chicken breast if that's all you have, but I recommend thighs. We have coconut oil, some fresh garlic and fresh ginger, salt and pepper. We also have our garam masala seasoning. If you don't have this seasoning, you can use a mixture of cumin, coriander, and cinnamon. This contains those ingredients as well as cloves and black pepper, so you don't have to do the work of putting them all together. We also have some cayenne for heat, if you like heat, some turmeric and paprika. I'm also using pureed and diced tomatoes. You could also use 2 jars of the diced tomatoes and just use an immersion blender to puree your sauce a little bit. Also, I highly recommend using jars over cans. So most of our canned goods are lined with a plastic coating that has BPA and other type plastics in it. Also, when you're using an acidic food like tomato, it leaches those chemicals and metallic flavor from the can, whereas glass is such a great alternative because nothing leaches out. We also have our cilantro, a cup of coconut milk, and cauliflower. So cauliflower is a powerhouse vegetable. It has lots of antioxidants. It's really detoxifying for your body. It also helps protect against cancer. So this whole dish is really geared towards upping your health in the long run. So let's get started. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Next up, we're gonna marinate our chicken. Now you can leave this marinating for 2 or 3 hours or even overnight if you want, but just a couple of minutes is also great. So we're just going to take our chicken and add it to a bowl. Then we're gonna take half a cup of coconut milk. We're gonna use the other half of this in our sauce. So I'm just gonna use half a cup. Then I'm going to use 3 cloves of garlic. Then we're gonna use the juice of 1 lemon. Just gonna slice it in half. Woo, that was a juicy lemon. This guy is juicy, so I might not use the whole thing. Just do a little bit of our second half. Then about a tablespoon of fresh ground ginger. Then about 2 teaspoons of our garam masala seasoning. And 1 teaspoon of turmeric, salt and pepper. And then cayenne pepper to your taste, depending on how spicy you like it. And then give everything a good stir, and we're gonna set this aside while we prepare our cauliflower. I can already smell those warming spices. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, let's set this aside and get the cauliflower ready to go. Okay, now let's take our cauliflower and put it on a baking dish lined with unbleached parchment paper. And just spread them out evenly. Now, if you cut up your own cauliflower, you wanna try to cut the pieces evenly so that they will cook evenly in the oven. And then I am gonna take coconut oil. You could heat this in the microwave for a second to melt it, but I'm just gonna spread it out on my cauliflower and get it nice and coated. About 2 tablespoons. Then we're gonna do a teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of our garam masala, a half a teaspoon of paprika, and cayenne pepper to your taste, and some salt and pepper. And then mix it all up and make sure everything gets nice and coated and give it a good stir. Okay, let's get our chicken on a baked dish and then we'll put both of these in the oven at the same time. Take another baked dish lined with unbleached parchment paper and go ahead and add your chicken to the baked dish. You can add some of the marinade on top. And make sure your chicken is evenly distributed. Now we're gonna put our chicken and our cauliflower in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 25 minutes and get our cauliflower nice and roasted and our chicken will be nice and cooked. While the chicken and the cauliflower are cooking, let's make our sauce. So go ahead and heat your skillet to medium-high heat and add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Next up, we're gonna add our diced onion to our pan. Give that a good stir. Let it get nice and melted. Then we're gonna do a quick chop on our jalapeno and get that in there with our onion. Now, you could leave out the jalapeno if you don't want the added spice, or you could use half of a bell pepper. Give everything a good stir. We're also gonna add 3 cloves of garlic. And we're gonna add about 1 inch of fresh grated ginger. Okay, now give everything a good stir, and we're gonna let this cook for about 4 minutes until our peppers and our onion are nice and soft. Now we add about a teaspoon of garam masala, a teaspoon of turmeric, and a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and also some salt and pepper. And give that a good stir. And we'll let this get nice and aromatic for about 1 minute. You can really smell those warming spices. Now we're gonna add a cup of our diced tomatoes and pureed tomatoes. I'm using a glass measuring cup because I'm not using my full jar. And so that way it makes it easy for me to reuse the jars. I can just put the lid on, pop them in the fridge, and use them for something else. We're gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes and let all of those flavors come together. Make sure and scrape and get those brown bits off the bottom of your pan because that's where a lot of your flavor lies. Now we just stir this occasionally and let it sit for about 5 minutes. Okay, our sauce has been simmering and our chicken is done, so let's get it out of the oven and pop it in our sauce. Our cauliflower is still in the oven, just getting nice and toasted. We're gonna go ahead and get our chicken sauced up and then we'll grab the cauliflower out. So just take your cutlets and nestle them right into the sauce. And then we're gonna add half a cup of coconut milk. And give everything a good stir. And then we'll just let these flavors combine for about 5 minutes. You want to have it on medium heat. Okay, let's pop the cauliflower out of the oven. Okay, while we're letting our chicken simmer for just a little bit longer, let's chop up some cilantro to go on top. Okay, everything's ready to go. Let's get it plated up. Grab your chicken and then spoon some of this delicious sauce over the top. Add some cauliflower. I usually add a little extra sauce to go with my cauliflower. And then top everything with some chopped cilantro. And there you have it, folks, our chicken tikka masala. Thanks for watching New Leaf Table TV. Until we dine again, farewell, healthy humans. To subscribe to New Leaf Table's meal plan service with weekly meals and easy delivery through your existing Amazon Fresh membership, visit our website at newleaftable.com. And also, please hit the subscribe button to our YouTube channel. Today, we're making chicken tikka masala. Today, we're making chicken tikka masala. It's a popular Indian. Okay. We also have our cilantro. Okay. And cauliflower. Now, cauliflower is super powerhouse vegetable. I was just making something up. So go ahead and heat your skillet to medium-high heat. This is not plugged in. We're gonna have some tiki tonight. And we'll let this get nice and aromatic. And we'll let get that.